It's a
What?
bird. It's a plane. Yeah, yeah, it's him. It's him.
Man, we here.
What's the deal, y'all?
What's up with it?
Man, another week, another live episode. Episode 178. Never be the
Up,
same.
we up there. We up there.
Yeah,
170.
yeah, man. What's good with you, Benji Banks? How you been, my guy?
Chilling, man. Listen, man. I keep pushing to you now to go on and get on the little cruise. You know what I'm saying? Go and do your little, you know what I'm saying, little cruise, little shindig. Knock it off. Get it off the bucket list, fam. Just get it off the bucket list. Go on, you know what I'm saying? Get on that. Hit that cruise, man. And actually, it was better than I thought it would be. And I thought I would be a little bit more, like uneasy because you out on the water. You know what I'm talking about? And, that little feeling still there because while you know what I'm saying, you're on the boat. You know what I'm saying? You get a little, you know what I'm saying, a little rocky every now and then. But man, listen, it was actually pretty dope. So first one I ever did. I mean, I love going on boats because I love fishing and all of that. But to go on a little cruise, you know what I'm saying, and do that, I was like, all right, you know what I'm talking about? We're going to do this again. So the next one is Rome and Italy. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to do something like that and hit up, some other spots. So that was pretty dope, though.
Yeah, nah, I ain't in a hurry for the boat thing. I hear everybody, raving about them, and that's cool. I've been on some regular boats, some yachts, and things of that nature. But yeah, I haven't been on a cruise yet. So yeah, that's still on my list. I see it in the future, in the next maybe year or two. I'll go ahead and knock that out. But I mean, I'm not in a hurry to do it though.
Like, I ain't in no hurry. Now, I'll say this. Now, here was the crazy part because I thought, you know what I'm saying, you on the water. Like, I didn't notice. I didn't know how it, you know what I'm saying, how it went. I just kind of played it by ear, so to speak. So you're on there for like 4 or 5 days, right? You're really on the boat only for like 2 or 3 of those days, 2 of those days, because you stop off at the private islands, right? So you go to Nassau, Bahamas, and then you park there for like 8, 10 hours. You get what I'm saying? So you drive, they drive there all night on the water, and then when you get to Nassau, Bahamas, you're chilling.
Yeah.
So you're really out in the Bahamas, you know what I'm saying, for 6, 8 or whatever hours, however many we was out there. And you just going around the Bahamas. You're going to go eat, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you're chilling. Then you get back on the boat, then you head to your next private island. So you get on there, but by the time you get back, you know what I'm saying, from your first one, now you're exploring the rest of the boat. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go, dudes smoking cigars, dudes playing golf, dudes, what else? I showed you the little thing. We in there, we hitting up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's all types of stuff. You just name it. We couldn't even get to everything. Then some nights the game was on. So we're watching the games on the big screens, you know what I'm saying? Everybody out by the water, smoking cigars in the jacuzzis or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? There's just a whole bunch of stuff to do. And you just you just chilling, like stress-free, aside from, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you're hitting a little rocky right there every now and then. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? You're like, all right. And then they feed, bruh. The reason I got to do this detox, fam, is because they feed you like fat people on that joint, bro. I'm telling you, it's big back activity on that joint for real.
Yeah.
And everything is free, pretty much.
It should be. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the cruises aren't that cheap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they should give you the food for free, at least something.
The food is, man, you just going everywhere. It's food. It's food in the morning, food in the evening. food at the afternoon. It's just, and they got chefs galore on that joint. So and they got the private dinner set up for you. They got the whole thing. So, bro, you said you on that joint eating like a mug, desserts, food, everything. Now you do got to pay for your own drinks unless you get the drink like little package, right?
Yeah.
I mean, bruh. That's why I got to do detox. I got a picture of my stomach, you know what I'm saying, off that joint, you know what I'm saying, walking around looking like Buddha. I was like, man, say, man, watch out, man. I was like, all right, bro, your boy got to hit up a detox because, you know what I'm saying, they feed you like big back activity on that joint for real, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna have to worry about the alcohol, nothing like that. Cause I mean, I might have a drink here and there, but I ain't gotta have it. So,
Right,
ain't that big of a deal to me. But like I said, the relaxation, seeing, the islands,
right.
and just being out on the water, little peaceful activity, quiet, some rest. So, that's the biggest thing.
You sleep like a baby on that joint, unless you get one of the, the suites or whatever. You got a window in that joint. But if you in your little spot, bro, once the lights go out, it's dark, bro, and you sleep. Man, I did not know I needed that much sleep. I was knocked out, bro. You talking about like 6, 7 o'clock? You know what I'm saying? You sleeping? You just dang. So I was like, all right, man. But it was enjoyable, man. It was chill. It was straight. So I enjoyed that. So it was solid.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, this week, is we've entered November. So, you're speaking about big back activity, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Facts.
So, you start seeing a lot of people, prepping for, the menu for Thanksgiving, what they gonna eat, what they gonna cook, how they gonna set it up and everything. So that's what my family's been reaching out about. And I'm usually responsible for ham. I don't eat a lot of bacon, but and pork products, but Thanksgiving I smoke a ham. So
Oh,
that's my thing. So they want me to smoke a couple hams. And actually my OG, my dad, man, his birthday falls on Thanksgiving this year.
oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so we're gonna be celebrating with him. So it's gonna be a great occasion, man. You know what I'm saying, to be able to chill with family and be able to celebrate my dad's birthday, man. He's in the 70s now, so what I'm saying, that's a blessing indeed.
Yes. Yeah, that's dope. I mean, cause you know what I'm saying, like that them little times, man, where you get to chill out with pops and stuff like that, man. Them moments, trust me, they're priceless, man. And then you smoking hams and going on, fam. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? What you smoking? What you doing with the ham, fam? How you smoking that ham? Talk to me, cause I mean, I don't eat it no more, but I still will cook them joints. You know what I'm saying? Put some ham together.
Yeah, we got a honey concoction that we use, and we got a few spices and things that we, some rubs that we put on the outside. You know what I'm saying, and then we inject it a little bit with some things, and then we slice it, and then we smoke that bad boy. So, like I said, usually I smoke two of them at a time. I bought a digital smoker last year, wood smoker, and
Uh,
yeah, so I'm prepared. I'm
oh,
pre-
your boy gonna have it. Your boy gonna have it cracking at the function.
oh yeah, yeah. You can definitely tell when you come in the house that what I'm saying, the smoked hams is in the spot. Cause yeah, that smoked aroma, what I'm saying, fills the whole room. So you can
Back.
definitely tell for sure. But you
At
know
it, at it.
what? I'm gonna trip y'all out. Your boy been thinking about tattoos again. Then I had this thing, right, that I wanted tattoos throughout my whole life, right? But I went back and forth because as a kid, I told my grandmother that I would never get earrings or tattoos
Right.
when I was little.
And I
So
don't earring or tattoo.
me neither. So I stuck to that, what I'm saying, especially after she passed away back in 2004.
Mm.
So I never revisited it. But every now and again, I see something and I'm like, man, that'll be dope. You know what I'm saying, to get this tattoo or that tattoo. But there's also a downside to tattoos, man. And I see some terrible tattoos out there, man. And I ran across this on social media, man. I'm like, I'm like, what is that? Clearly, you can see that this person had this tattoo to cover up something else that's under it. If you look closely, you can see something else that's clearly under that.
Right.
But my question is, what is that?
Man, that looks like a Black Panther or something, man.
It's a yantha. I don't know, man. It looked like it looked kind of like a panther's body, but the head looked like a chia monster or something. I don't know.
It
I'm
done
like,
expanded or something, you know. It done grew.
bruh, why do y'all allow people to put these tattoos, these jailhouse tats as we call them, on you in the free world? You getting jailhouse tats in the free world?
Listen, man, I got a story, and I ain't gonna say the name because I'm just gonna say she allowed some dude she was messing with who, who was a jailhouse tattoo artist and had never gotten like a tattoo. And she allowed this dude to experiment on her body and give her a jailhouse tattoo. And she had to, after she saw it, like it had the little bubble up sensation on it, like it was a brand, like she got branded, and she had to figure something out, man, to cover that joint up. And some people just be love drunk, dog. Like they just, I don't get it, man. But hey, I mean, whatever floats your boat. But I don't have no tattoos, so I can sit back and laugh at it. And I've never, you know what I'm saying, really been like infatuated with it. So
Yeah, I wanted tattoos, and I'm still not, you know what I'm saying, 100% against it. But I love art, right?
right,
And so that's what I love, the artistry of it. And if I did get any tattoos, it wouldn't be some small bootleg tattoo. Like, it would be a piece of art, and it would
right.
have to mean something. Like, y'all in the chat, man, let me know, like, do y'all have tattoos? And if y'all do have tattoos, did you let somebody professional do it, or did you let one of the homies do it? Cause I need to know, man. Cause I got some homies that tattoo, but no offense to them, I'm going to the big boys, you know what I'm saying, to get, the professional people to get what I need to get. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I totally understand it. I the only time I really kind of thought about it is maybe like my mom's name,
Yeah.
my kid's name, something like that. You get what I'm saying? I did have this one idea where if I did one, I'd go all out. So if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna go all out. It'd be like a back tattoo. You get what I'm saying? Like family tree or something like that. Something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know, fam. I don't know.
But
Folks
definitely not this. Not this though.
yeah, yeah, no. Can't
Not
float
the
with
not the Black Yantha.
no, no. Man, that head look like my dog's head. A Rottweiler in the back, man.
The
That don't
Black Yantha. Like, come on, y'all.
Is it
I
down? Like, what is it doing? Like, what is it? I don't get it. Like,
I don't know, man.
hold on. Run that one more time. Run that one more time. Like, it's just
Ah,
fat. It just looks like a fat cat. Like, it's just fat. And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
the
Just
ears, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that to cover up something. What that look like it say under there? Somebody's name, huh?
yeah, definitely a guy's name. I'm pretty sure.
Roderick the Third. He done
I don't
smashed,
know.
and she had to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's definitely a dude's name. I'm pretty sure of it.
All bad, man. All bad. You
Speaking of
know,
all speaking of all bad, man, um, a lot of us go to malls and things like that. I think in the past maybe 5 years or so, since the pandemic, really, I think a lot of people have leaned more toward online shopping when they're looking for stuff.
right.
Every now and again, people might hit the mall, but I'm like, is it me or is the mall struggling? Because I ran across this, man. Like, yesterday, Perimeter Mall in Atlanta, Georgia, started charging for parking. Like,
Hey, man, commercial real estate is taking a huge hit because people ain't people online shopping, bro, is where it's at. And then on top of that, they gotta make that money somehow, some way, or whatever. But I mean, man, commercial real estate ain't really popping like it used to be. You get what I'm saying? We're in a whole new era. And yeah, when you can just hit up Amazon and go get what you want, shoot, out here, the one mall close to us out in Mobile in Cali, that whole joint just closed down. Really, like all they got is like the movie theater. They got like a couple of things. It's a big old huge mall, but ain't nothing in that joint. Like
Man,
it's
charging
ugly.
for parking though. Charging for parking at the mall, bruh. Now I can understand if some of these malls they have valet parking.
Right.
I understand that, right? You get charged for that, but just regular standard parking in the mall parking lot, you got to pay for it. Man, it's getting tight out here for real.
I mean, unless the only way I could see that is dope. I don't know the area, but let's say if there was like a bunch of events out towards that way, and like they needed the parking, and I could charge you for parking. Kind of like they do, like LAX and stuff like that, airports, and they charge you for the parking. But yeah, other than that, just to pay to go into the mall, yeah, no, I'm off that train. We Ubering over to that joint, and that's it.
Facts. And another crazy thing this week in the news, man. I don't know if y'all heard about in South Carolina, about 40 monkeys escaped, bruh. Just this
Yeah,
facility, monkeys everywhere. This seems like something from a movie script, bruh. And they didn't escape from a zoo. They escaped from a facility. So at the facility, what the heck was they doing to these monkeys? And is these monkeys like do they have some type of rare disease that they can spread? Because this crazy, bruh.
I mean, they was lab monkeys. You know that. And the monkeys got tired of, what I'm saying, being bossed around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, listen, we're gonna be like Caesar up in Return Planet of the Apes, and we get up out of this joint. I'm tired of eating these bananas, and I
Bro,
want some real food. I want some deer, some buffalo or something. They had to get up out that joint.
they only found 25 of them so far. So it still got, what I'm saying, all these little monkeys still roaming around somewhere in South Carolina. And if they're experimental monkeys, like that's pretty wild, man. Like literally.
I wonder why they ain't chipped though. Like, why ain't the monkeys chipped if they were lab monkeys? Like, I don't get it. But then again, it could be part of just an experiment. Let them out and see what they do. See what their behavior is. See what what I'm saying they got going on. See if they can find their way out in the real. They like to run testing on what I'm saying, monkeys because they think they're Negroes. You know what I'm saying? So
Either way, that's wild, man, to just let these monkeys out amongst people. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't see the logic in it. I think they actually escaped. I think these monkeys were probably being experimented on. I think these monkeys probably were pretty intelligent,
right.
and they came up with a way to get out. Like it's crazy as it sounds. It had to be because it wasn't one or two monkeys. It was 43
43.
monkeys.
And that's crazy though. 43 monkeys just like, and nobody noticed. Like they just got ghosts
Bounced.
on their job, man. You get what I'm saying? Cameras ain't even working in that joint properly. You know what I'm saying? Caesar done went up there, hit the button, let the gate open, and got out that joint. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he let everybody out here in these streets. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the folks in South Carolina, man. Watch out for the monkeys, man. And hopefully they ain't carrying no crazy diseases that's going, you know what I'm saying, affect the human race.
I mean, hey, listen, man. If you happen to find one, you know what I'm saying, and let us know. He might have started made his way toward us. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
And black folks, I know y'all like to keep them. Don't be trying to keep these things as pets.
Folks try to get in.
Yeah, roll up in the car stunting. Yeah, man, I got my boy Bubbles with me. You know what I'm saying? Bubbles, it's my boys. You know what I'm saying? Check him out. You got
Man,
Bubbles in the passenger seat with some sunglasses on.
cooler than a fan, chilling. Hide monkeys. Come on, man. Folks, I mean, would you hide the monkey though if you found it though?
No, man, I'm taking that monkey back. I'm reporting it immediately because I don't want no smoke.
Hey man, you might be able to get a little ransom for that joint. I don't know. We'll find out how much the monkey's worth.
Man, ain't no telling that monkey. That monkey might go off. Something might be wrong with that monkey, man. I don't know. It's too many questions here. It's too many questions. I don't know. I ain't keeping the monkey. I'm not putting sunglasses on the monkey. I'm not buying the monkey no baby Jordans.
No
I'm
sweater.
taking them no sweater. Tony didn't get two sweaters out of it. We taking the monkey back, man.
What if your daughter wants to keep the monkey? See the monkey and wants to keep it.
We'll go buy her a baby a monkey doll from the store. We'll go buy
That,
her something else.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
we're not keeping a real monkey. Nah,
I mean, I
nah.
don't know. I set up a little cage in my backyard. See how it act. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm. Yeah, nah. We ain't doing that. They mess around try to give you fed time for that monkey.
That is a fact too. Like, sir, you do know this is a smart monkey or belongs to the feds or
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
I don't
They,
know.
they try to give you fed time for that. So nah, I'm good on that.
That's cold.
Yeah, man. And you know another wild story, man. I ran across this right here, man. This man said he won a PS5 for 160,000 tickets at
What?
Dave and Buster's. Right now,
Wait a minute.
hold on. It doesn't seem too wild for a lot of people if you haven't been to Dave and Buster's. But if you've been to Dave and Buster's, then you know how many games you
Right.
gotta play and how long you have had to go to this facility to play these games to amass
1,000.
160,000 tickets.
Wait. My boy ain't got no life. The money he spent on the games,
He could have went and bought it.
he could have went and bought the PS. Boy, I tell you, Negroes is something.
Hey man, at least he had fun.
He had that. Listen, for 160,000 tickets, your boy done spent a couple thousand, fam.
I mean, at least he enjoyed himself while he was able to, you know what I'm saying, amass the tickets. And also, I'm thinking maybe if he didn't have all those tickets, maybe he was just one of those dudes walking around. Because there are guys that walk around in Dave and Buster's asking people for their cards. Hey man, you gonna use those points? I mean, literally, I have seen dudes walking around asking folks for their card because a lot of people like they don't want that stuff in there. They just want to go there, play the basketball game and do some stuff and have a good time and then bounce. They ain't worried about the prize.
Yeah, because they know they ain't gonna never win nothing. You gonna
Yeah,
get you a little monkey, you know what I'm saying? A little a little frisbee or something, you know what I'm saying?
about three
Whatever.
three Jolly Ranchers. You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? A couple pieces of candy, you know what I'm saying? I done been to that joint, you know what I'm saying? And I done won, you know what I'm saying, a couple pieces of Laffy Taffy or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever. But man, that is wild. But 160,000 tickets? I mean, I guess if you're having fun, you know what I'm saying, you're taking your kids there, but you got to be going to that joint for a while, man, to win 160,000 tickets.
Yeah, an awful lot, and I'm pretty sure there was something else in there that you could have bought maybe multiple of instead of spending that 160,000 on that one, unless he plans on taking the tickets and he got them some other way, and then he plans on flipping the PS5, and getting cash for it, which could work out in his favor.
He still ain't getting what he paid for it, ticket wise. I
Well,
mean,
that's if he actually paid and played, for those tickets.
right. And enjoy. I guess the enjoyment is the end all be all. Like, all right, I enjoyed myself. You know what I'm saying? I took my kids, you know what I'm saying? We won. You know what I'm saying? We played double dribble, if that's still out there. We played NBA Jam.
This
You know,
dude said double dribble and NBA Jam. Benji, when the last time you been to David Buster? Hey man, it man talking about games that was at David Buster's back in 2004 or something like that, bruh. You
back
wildin'.
his joy. You know what I'm saying? He played Mike Tyson punch out. You know what I'm saying? He had this thing going. Oh, but hey, FYI, they are creating a new Nintendo 64 system that has all the old games on it, but it's going to be in higher definition quality. It's going to be totally different. I just
And,
saw that.
and guess what I got up next? Bang.
Bam!
See how I be knowing? How I be
That
knowing? And I already had it.
4K version.
Yeah, I already had it. I already had it queued up. See, y'all, that's how sync we are. I didn't
Yeah,
tell Benji what I had coming up next. I just had it queued up and he already knew. You know what
we
I'm saying? See,
we
we on the
game.
same page.
You know what I'm saying? We gamers. Because, see, I got the small one right now with like 500 games on it or whatever it is, like 200, 300, 500, whatever it is. And you get what I'm saying? I'm like, Mario is still dope on that joint. It's a few good dope games on that joint, right? But this new one, I'm gonna have to cop that. We're gonna have to sit around and play that joint. I hope it's out. Nah, it said 2025, so it ain't gonna be out for Christmas.
Well, here's the thing. The only game I want to play on there is GoldenEye. Other than that, I really don't have any interest in any of the Nintendo 64 games because when it was out, like I was already on the regular PlayStation at that point, so I never did go back to Nintendo. Once I left Nintendo
You
after
was
the Super Nintendo, I was gone. I was PlayStation guy from that point forward.
See, I get it. You get what I'm saying? But the new PS5, I ain't really like studied on it. Like I can play it, but like I don't sit around and play it that much. The older games, they still simple. It's a couple buttons on that joint. So I can get in and just whack, beat my son up like super dope. But the new PS5, you know what I'm saying? The new games, you got a whole bunch of stuff you got to figure out ASAP and ain't got a whole bunch of time. So, you know what I'm saying? He kicks my butt on those. But when I put him on the old school joints, man, I'm smashing. Do you hear me? I'm smashing it. And he's frustrated. And I love to see it. You get what I'm saying? He's frustrated because I'm beating him down. Because there's only a couple buttons on that joint. You get what I'm saying? So that's my satisfaction with it. But I mean, hey, we'll see. We'll see come Christmas time what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure it's gonna garner a little bit of attention, and it's definitely nostalgic for a lot of people, and at a price point of 250, not too bad. So it's affordable. So people would be. Go ahead.
It better not be whacked though. For
It's gonna
three,
be
four
what it's gonna
dollars.
be Nintendo 64. So whatever Nintendo 64 was, that's what it's gonna be, and that's why I said the only game I played on 64 was GoldenEye and a Golden Gun. I think it's Golden Gun, James Bond Golden Gun, or something like that. But other than that, I didn't play no games on Nintendo 64. So y'all have fun with that.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know I might copy because it's got some of the old little joints on there. Just for fun, just for keepsake. And who knows? It might become a collector's item. You never know. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Speaking of guns, man, people wilding. Why folks is shooting at Spirit Airlines, man? Spirit Airlines flight traveling from Florida to Haiti was diverted to the DR after the aircraft was lit up by switches. And when they say switches in this graphic, they mean guns with the little button, the little device on the back that allows it to become fully automatic. So somebody is bussing at the airplane, man, and hit the airplane up multiple times while it was in the air, and they had, excuse me, and they had to land it. Why are you shooting at Spirit Air? Man, Spirit Airlines
They
get all the smoke.
they get all the smoke, and they $3.3 billion in debt, and they might have to file for bankruptcy. I'm gonna say this though. I'm pissed at Spirit though because I just got back off of a Spirit flight. And listen, everybody knows this. Now I know typically don't have problems with Spirit. I can carry my bag on. I can get in. I use it for my short flights. You know what I'm saying? If I'm flying from here to Texas, here to San Antonio, whatever, it's a quick little flight. You know, here to Vegas. You know, super easy, right? Man, I ain't never paid for no bag on no Spirit. Do you not know I get into San Antonio and this heifer tries to make me pay for my bag, man? And she was, oh yeah. I'm like, I've been flying Spirit all day. I ain't paid for this bag. Sir, you gotta pay for this bag. Man, she cost me another $69.
Mm.
I ain't feeling that. So the lady in San Antonio, I should have took your name down because I got a complaint for you. Because listen, I don't ever pay for bags on no Spirit. Should be charging people for no bags on no daggone Spirit. It's, as small as that seat is, heck no.
Yeah, man. Well, I ain't never messed with Spirit before. And like they always told me, you fly Spirit, you might end up being one. So I just stay away from it. No
No,
knock for people that do, because for me, the biggest thing was the seating and the space in the seating. So I've been told numerous times by people who were shorter than me
yeah,
that they had a hard time, being comfortable on the flight. So I know I'm definitely not going to be able to do it. So
yeah, no,
I just stay away from it.
no, no, don't do it. Don't if you unless your funds is just crucial. That don't fly a Spirit. I use it for my short flights because it's easy. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like $100 and some. You get what I'm saying? Fly for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Super easy work. I'm just trying to get to Texas and get in and get out the way, right?
short
But
flight,
when you
short people.
on that joint, man, bro, them seats is small as heck, and you ain't got no leg room. And I'm 5'9", and I'm
On a good
struck.
day.
Yeah, no leg room, fam. No leg room. And I had to sit on that joint, man. Like I was like, nah, pause. It's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I think they seen the yellow in the sky, and some people probably had some disgruntled, what I'm saying, history with Spirit Airlines, so they
They
decided to retaliate.
shot that joint up, man. Like what the heck, man? Why y'all shooting up us? All them people on it. It must have been some gangster or something on that joint that they was trying to kill. I'm just saying, somebody was trying to get up out of that joint, and they started busting at that joint because he probably owed him some money or something. Folks go crazy when you owe money, dog.
Man, I don't know, but yeah, I stay away from Spirit, man. Like I said, y'all have fun with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Speaking of
Hey,
spirits, man.
who knows, man? Spirit might give us a endorsement deal one of these days to promote for them. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, we'll let Benji fly everywhere because I ain't gonna be able to do it. Appreciate that though. Yeah. Speaking of spirits, man, we done lost a few people, what I'm saying, in 2024, but this young man, we didn't lose in 2024, but he's been in the news the past couple of days, and that's P&B Rock, man. They was talking about P&B Rock. They have footage
Yeah,
at the restaurant, man, that they basically, the worker at the restaurant delayed his food on purpose while they called the people who actually came to rob him.
right.
So
Yeah, they saw him pull up, saw his jewelry, and delayed his food for 40 minutes. Have you seen the video yet? Have they
Nah,
put
man. Nah, man. I didn't want to look at the video because I know the video doesn't show anything, him getting killed or anything, but I just didn't want to revisit that whole situation. I just
right,
read the story and I was just like, man, that's just crazy that this dude just went there to get him some food, you know what I'm
right,
saying, and ends up losing his life because somebody else doesn't want to work hard in life. You know what I'm saying? He worked hard to get what he got, but
right,
because they want to take the easy route.
right,
I don't care about all the other stuff people were saying. Well, he got to know the politics, or he got to know he can't go to certain spots. And I understand that because we all know, what I'm saying,
right.
certain areas where, you got to
That's
be careful at, or you just shouldn't be. But it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way in the world, man. That you go somewhere and you get killed because you're trying to get something to eat.
I mean, the sad part though, is part of the sad part. Of course, his life gone, and I don't know him like that to know if he's got kids and all that type of stuff. But in rap culture, you got to think a lot of people consider rappers, not really gangsters like that. So they look at him as kind of like an easy lick. You get what I'm saying? Like I can easily, you know what I'm saying? He rap, but he didn't do the stuff he's saying is rap. You get what I'm saying? So people's mindset, man, and how they operate and how they float, it's wild out here. I mean, those monkeys got away, but truth be told, it's a lot of monkeys, gorillas, tigers, all types of stuff out in these streets already. So you know what I'm saying? So it's a little weird, but that sucks though. Like you just trying to get you something to eat, and somebody that you got on what you got on, and they want it.
Yeah, I
And
always tell people the wolves is out, man, and they gotta understand what that means. When you go to certain places, when you go to certain hoods, The young dudes out there, they wolves, man. They hungry. They don't live by a code no more. Like back in the day, there was certain things that had to be done before you was able to rob somebody or harm somebody. Like you had to get permission to do it just about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because, that's just how the hood operate. Now there is no,
No
no
code.
code. No
No
code.
code.
Everybody just it's every man for themselves. And these dudes is wolves and they
Dog.
vultures, man. They hovering, they waiting. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately for him, you know what I'm saying, he got caught up. But for the worker to set him up, that's crazy, man. That is crazy work.
Yeah, and to sit there and I mean, think about it though. You walk in, like you just, you sit down, your server is peeping you. Now, I could like if you looking around trying to find, you know what I'm saying, you in a little spot and you trying to find people or whatever, and you thinking it's from the outside. How often do you walk in a restaurant and you think, oh boy, trying to get me? Like that's kind of crazy. You just it just you don't think, you ain't thinking that way. But your server, but see,
And see,
me and my patience at a restaurant, you make me wait for my food for 40 minutes. No, dog, I'm gone. I'm gone. Period.
you
So
remember the crazy part about this story is his girlfriend at the time, his baby mother, she got flack because they
yeah,
said that she was the one who set PNB Rock up. So it's an ugly situation, man. It got ugly for a lot of people, and like you said, like we know, unfortunately, he lost his life. You know
right,
what I'm saying, in this process, and then his family had to go through what they had to go through afterward, and
right.
now to find out that it was the server at the restaurant who was doing the dirty work and who actually set him up. It's wild, man.
I mean, yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks big time because for old girl to get blamed for it, then she was catching heat, I'm sure, from his family, so forth and so on. And then yeah, man, that's wild. But I mean, man, listen, growing up now, I've learned, man, there's a lot of stuff you just cannot put past anybody, especially when you got a little money, when you got some ends. Like, bro, like people turn into whole different animals when they know you got some cash, you got some bread on you. But I mean, to take a life over a couple chains, senseless, dog, senseless.
Yeah, facts, and also, on this week, the actor Tony Todd, known for his role as Candyman, passed away at the age of 69, and he was in a lot of other movies, but Candyman most notably.
Right.
And I have a confession to make live on the air. I have never seen Candyman before, bruh. I
What?
have I have never seen Candyman
Oh,
before.
oh, come on,
I was
man.
supposed to
Come
watch it numerous
on.
times, and that was one of the horror movies that growing up that everybody saw, and I saw all the rest of them. I just never saw Candyman before, so I might not have to put that on my list.
So you haven't seen the newest one that came out a few years ago?
I have never seen either one of them.
Wow. Okay, so I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but the new one is actually really, really, really good. It goes into the story of how Candyman was created.
Yeah, and
That-
that's why I didn't go watch the new one when it came out because
right.
I haven't seen the original one. So I need to see the original one and then see the new one, and then I'll let y'all know my thoughts on it at a later date because I know a lot of people like people get flagged. People will try to take your black card quick, especially when you light skinned. They
Yeah.
definitely try to take your black card quick. But I have seen every other black movie possibly in existence just about other than Candyman, and I know Candyman is not necessarily a black movie, but for us, for black folks, like that's on the list of movies that people have seen and that they talk about and that they refer to, and your boy ain't never seen it.
That first off, that's sad, fam. I'm just gonna say it because it's a dope set. But you can probably, I'm sure it's streaming everywhere now
Ah,
since.
yeah.
But Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. We was, what I'm saying, kind of scared to say that as young lads. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, it was kind of like the idea. What was the one? It was a scary movie. Um, the Mirror Girl. I'm
Oh
forgetting
no,
what her
you talking about Bloody Mary? Yeah, we ain't
name.
mess with that. We ain't mess with that in the restroom. Cut them lights off and say it 3 times. Nah, we ain't mess with that.
See, I was a daredevil. See, I like scary movies since I was young, and I do it. Yeah, that was my thing. Like I stared the stuff in the face. Like I watch scary movies, and like I like to look at them and be like, yeah, yeah, whatever. Like and challenge it. You get what I'm saying? So that's my daredevil side, right?
And
But
it's funny that you say that because you were born on
Halloween.
Halloween, so it kind of
So
go together.
right, and it's funny because my wife does not like watching scary movies at all. She is a scary cat to the 10th degree. But hey man, if it's a scary movie, like I'm gonna peep it. I want to watch it. I want to check it out. And I tell you the dopest thing about watching a scary movie though, because I got nerves of steel pretty much. If it makes me flinch or cringe, it's a good movie. That's what I look for. If I'm in that joint and it catches me, I'm like, oh yeah. Like that's like exciting for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel the same. During the Halloween run, a lot of people were talking about different different horror movies and stuff around that time. And I always laugh because one of my favorite horror movies or horror movie series was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was like, "Yeah, I like Freddy, but I like Jason. I loved Freddy because of the one-liners, dog. Like Freddy was comedy, right? The one-liners. If you all have forgotten about Nightmare on Elm Street, because black people don't call it that, they call it Freddy Krueger.
Freddy
Uh,
Krueger. You
uh,
went that Freddy Krueger fan?
man, Freddy was hilarious. Like I didn't even care about the gore and the killing. It was the one-liners and the jokes for me. That's what I waited for.
Right, right. I mean, listen, when you start getting into scary movie, my favorite of all time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's my thing right there. And to show my appreciation, I just went and bought 3 new scary movie shirts. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, and Jason. And I'm gonna rock them. You get what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna put them joints in a frame. I probably should do that though. I probably should just buy scary movie shirts, posters, and put them in frames, fam. I'm telling you, that'd be a dope idea. I'm telling
Well, yeah, that's what I did with kung fu movies, right?
you. Yeah,
So my daughter comes in my man cave in here, and I have posters of Enter the Dragon on the wall, The Last Dragon, a couple of other movies, and she had a conversation about that today. And I'll tell y'all this before we move on to the next subject. My daughter has never seen The Last Dragon. She's only 13, right?
oh yeah.
So so that's on the list because she walked in my man cave and I had it on the screen and she said, "This looks interesting." And I was like, "Yeah, we got to visit this one." So shout out to my daughter. We're gonna get her on a classic, The Last Dragon, and I'll let y'all know what she thinks.
Gotta Enter the Dragon, The Last Dragon. She gotta watch all of that.
Enter the
Bruce,
Dragon.
Bruce
I think
Floyd.
that might. I think that
Oh,
might lose her. Enter the Dragon is gonna lose her. See, the Last Dragon got got music and
yeah,
got saying some stuff that she might be able to really grasp. But the Last Dragon is straight kung fu. Like you
fact,
really got to be into it to watch that. So what I'm saying. But
fact, fact.
I'm definitely gonna let y'all know, man.
It's all right though. It's all right though. Shout out to the kids. You know what I'm saying? Being interested in some of the old stuff that we kind of cherished. So
Facts. Speaking of nightmares, man, I ran across this. I'm just, a lot of times I share hot topics, but I share stuff that I run across on my timeline too. So this is where I ran across this on my timeline. And I know, just spoiler alert, this is going to be controversial for the people in the audience. And, if you have an opinion on it, put it in the chat. We live. We would love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, this is wild. When I saw this, periods aren't gender specific.
say what?
Um, listen, I
Wait,
try,
wait.
I, I try, I try not to, I try not to rain on people's parade, right? I try to let people be people and do what they do in their own lives. But this don't make no sense, right? It's a certain line in which we go to with, you know what I'm saying, the gender identity and things of that nature. But there's certain things innate with, you know, being a man, being a woman. And part of being a woman is that they have menstrual cycles.
Yes.
There is no man on this earth that has that was born a man that will have a menstrual cycle at all. So
Yeah.
the fact that
Wow.
they're going back and forth about identifying and then having a menstrual cycle as a male, born a male, but whatever you identify with later or whatever transition you go through, nobody's having a cycle at all, but unless you're a woman. So women in the audience, women in the chat, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a woman thing and this isn't up for debate. This is craziness.
That's wild. I wonder if it's just to get aroused, get some attention. I can't say 100% of the fact that men don't have periods, but I know I ain't never had one. Ken, you ever had one?
I can tell you 100% facts because it's science. Ain't no man had no period.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, but hey, 45, now 47. He says he can.
He about to put a stop to all.
Your boy said, "Listen, man, we ain't putting up with this foolishness. We can really listen. You ain't finna do that." So, I mean, listen, all this chitter chatter and all this stuff y'all got going on right now, it's about to get halted like a mug. So, enjoy your space of creating specific content in relation to this because, yeah, it's gonna get canceled real soon. So,
Yeah, man, that's wild, man. And like I said, I mean, I don't understand the back and forth about it. Like I said, it's simple, you know what I'm saying, male female. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Like I don't care what you identify as,
ass, right.
but it's born a male, born a female. There's certain things that our bodies are just gonna do because that's the nature of it.
I would like to hear somebody's argument, the person that posted that or the person that's, putting that information out there. I would love to hear what their synopsis is. I would just, sometimes I just like to hear things so I can come to the conclusion that you got problems. I just, my aunts used to say, my aunts used to have a word for certain females. Used to call them dizzy. Be like, man, that's a dizzy. They used to say it in, not so enduring term, but you
Yeah.
say the dizzy one right there. And sometimes I just like to come to that conclusions, in the conversation with people. So I mean, I'd love to hear this though.
Yeah, well, I like I said, I don't know what their explanation would be, but to me, I ain't trying to hear it. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We all have choices in life, and that's a choice I have, and I ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah, like down. I don't want to hear. I
Yeah,
ain't,
no, don't even waste your time. I'm
anyway,
good.
time for it. I ain't got
Yeah, I'm
time.
good. Yeah. Speaking of another wild situation, man. This conversation has been going on for I think the past couple years that I've been hearing this conversation about people taking showers, man, and what they wash and what they don't wash and what they don't wash with. Uh, Kevin Hart was on Chelsea Handler, man, and she's explaining to him on the show that she doesn't wash her legs in the shower. And that's been a conversation that I've heard on some different podcasts and some different shows and some different, circles. Listen, um, albeit I am very light skinned, I am black. Um, I do use a towel when I take a shower, when I take a bath, or whatever the case may be, whatever you call it, whatever you want to define it as. When I
Right,
get clean, I use a towel. I use some soap. I wash from my head to my toes. I
right,
don't I don't I don't skip over things. Her argument is she said her hot zones, which is, her underarms, her neck, her
right.
breast, and, her crotch. and that's pretty much it. And she just
But
lets the soap. Yeah, she just lets the soap drip down, and she said, the soap gets on her legs. So yeah, so I mean, she's getting clean.
I mean, but my counter to that would be she's a female, right? So if she's ever intimate with somebody, husband, boyfriend, whatever, and brother want to kiss on the legs, you know what I'm saying? Women, legs is nice. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you go to kiss her legs, and it tastes like a battery acid. You get what I'm saying? Like, calves look, legs, knees, calves, you know what I'm saying? They look, right woman, they look good, right? And you go back there and you kissing her calf, you know what I'm saying? And it tastes like, you know what I'm saying, cottage cheese. You get what I'm saying? I
From
mean,
under.
that's a problem. I'm just saying. I mean, listen, I hope none of y'all is out there really doing this, not washing. I mean, but who knows, man? We're in a different society now,
Oh,
man.
it's some people out here that's probably gonna watch this and that's watching it now. They're subscribed to that same mentality of I'm just gonna wash certain parts and then everything else is good because I'm not a dirty person. Nobody thinks they're dirty, right? You know what I'm saying? But I don't play that. And then people talk about in that same breath that they're talking about all this different stuff with which areas you wash. A lot of people don't use towels. And I can understand if you use a loofah or something else. I get it. But you can't just get in there with a bar of soap and wash. If you're washing with a bar of soap, there's probably remnants of something in your hind parts because there's no way you're going to get everything out of there with a bar of soap.
And right. And if you're doing any, let's say you went did a mud run or whatever, you're out doing something physical, you're running, you at the gym. I mean, the water. I mean, I'm confused. Yeah, I'm confused. I thought women were a little bit more cleaner, but I mean, yeah, man, I'm distraught. That one's got me a little. Yeah, I'm confused a little bit on this one, dog. Like I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't. And probably got pets too, and cats and dogs lick. Oh man.
Lick and run or walk around your legs because if you around a cat, the cats like to go around your legs and just constantly go around them. So whatever's dirty on the cat is getting on your legs, and it's just it's a mess.
Yeah, and being the people that we are, sometimes you know what I'm saying. You could be doing something, you can hit your shin on something. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just all bad, man. I'm distraught that a lady would. But I mean, hey, fam, listen. That all the women out here ain't clean. They weren't taught how to clean themselves.
That's a
I'm telling
fact.
it's some pretty girls with some stanky out here in this joint,
It's
and
a,
you careful out there.
we just say this. It's some very nice looking individuals that are really pig from Charlie Brown.
This is a
They carry a little odor with them,
mm,
and they're pretty dirty people. I'll say this before we move on, man. I was watching a podcast earlier, and they were talking about women and women smelling good. Like a lot of these young ladies now, like they don't wear perfumes, bath and body works. They just smell like skin. They just smell like weave. Um, ladies, uh do y'all still wear perfume? Do y'all still go to Bath and Body Works? Do you all teach your young ladies that what I'm saying, not that smelling good is just part of hygiene, right? You take a shower, you use certain products, you want to smell like a lady. Do you all still do that, or is that something that's considered old school? Like, what's going on?
I'm sure the old. Well, I would hope that the older women are doing it, but I mean, some of these women, they get the Bath and Body Works stuff and don't take bath, and they just spray stuff on, and they just head on out like funk, like you can't. like they used to teach us, like, boy, take a shower. You can't put cologne on that. It's like you're supposed to get up and brush your teeth. Gum is not toothpaste type thing. You get what I'm saying? Like you gotta apply, you gotta squash, or you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? All of that. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, you can't be out here not taking a shower, putting on Bath and Body Works. Just like they say, it's gonna be Bath and Body Works. It's gonna be Bath and Booty Works, cause
and
it's gonna smell like booty and flowers.
I'm gonna tell you, this was funniest thing ever. I ain't gonna put him on. I ain't gonna put him on blast. But I know of an individual who didn't like to take showers. I mean, as a little boy, I was like that. You know what I'm saying? I like to take showers. So, game recognized game. You get what I'm saying? Like I struggled with that for quite a while. So yeah. But I know an individual who was scared of water. So they didn't like to get in the shower and wash. Individual would get out of the shower. Like, you took a shower, fam? Like, why you still stink? You get what I'm saying? I ain't never met nobody that gets in the shower, comes out smelling just wet. Don't smell like no soap. You know what I'm saying? Negroes, you know what I'm saying? We like to use, Dove, you know what I'm saying? Some Caress, Dial, whatever it is. You like to smell like soap. I can't believe that we're in an era where people don't want to smell like soap, man. I don't know, dog. It's a struggle, man.
It would smell like all natural.
All natural. Just listen, funkier than Haitian
Hey,
underarm.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do. Benji said that, not Big Ken. So that's Benji. That's him, not me. I didn't say
And
that.
listen. On the boat, on the cruise, Ken, it's mostly all foreigners on that joint. I just want you.
Listen, these are commentary of Benji Banks, not Ken. Go ahead.
That's all I'm gonna say with that one. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be careful out there, folks. Don't be washing their hands and going. Man, listen here, dog. It's a whole different ball game with some people. So be careful out there, y'all. Wash your hands. I see how COVID ran rampant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some
Folks
folks
dirty out here.
wash. Some folks don't wash their hands. Some folks will. Yeah, man, it's crucial out here.
All right. And speaking of travel, man, Benji, have you ever flown a lady out to where you are? You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
prior to you, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Prior to your current life.
Yes.
You flew a lady out. So when you flew her out, did you take care of everything? Did you take care of the flight? Did you take care of her lodging? Did you take care of her food? Like what did you pay for? Did you pay for everything?
Typically, if she was coming out here to kick it with me, yeah, I took care of everything. She stayed with me. So if she stayed with me, lodging was take care of, car, everything. She get here, and pretty much all she really had to do was serve me, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? So we went out, we would go places, whatever, whatever, whatever. But for the most part, yeah. For the most part, everything was covered, everything was taken care of.
Yeah, you cover the funds, she come with the buns. Got it.
But,
All
but
right.
and in most cases, like most mature women, they come with their own bag. So they buying groceries. You cooking, they buying groceries. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got it, but they, let me take care of this for you. You get what I'm saying? They ain't really sitting back letting you pay for everything.
All right. Well, I asked that because I saw a post um, from April Jones, man, of Love and Hip Hop fame, Amarion's baby mama, yeah, all that good stuff. So she was going on a rant on a video after
Mhm.
a man asked her to visit him in another city. And she's saying that the dude expected her to pay for her own flight.
Right. Now, in this situation, sounds like that they aren't really tough like that. So dude is basically saying, "Hey, take care of your own flight because You can get here and I might not like you, and you might need to go back the next day. You get what I'm saying? Like, doesn't sound like he really too much into her. You get what I'm saying? So, in most cases, I ain't flying no chick out to stay with me for a day or two. She's staying like week, 2 weeks, whatever. You get what I'm saying? For the most part. So it sound like he, you know what I'm saying? Like she go on all the rant she want, but she ain't reading the signals. He ain't. If he get that box and it's trash, he gonna want you to go. Hey,
Well, it might be one of them things where I was thinking he probably don't have the bread that he told he have, right?
right.
That,
That's
or like you said, he really not that into her like that. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So he's not willing to invest that money in the
Right.
flight. Or he might just be looking at it like, your baby daddy Omarion, you on Love and Hip Hop, like you got bread. Like
Yeah.
why I need to spend mine when you got it. You probably got more bread than me.
Right. And that's very, very, very true. That's very, very, very possible. Which in this circumstance, in this situation, like you coming out here, like really, like you want me to pay for the whole flight? I mean, I get it, I understand it because I did it, and I mean not all the time, but if she was super dope, yeah, she didn't have to do it, but. In this case, sound like he ain't really fooling with her like that. Like, why don't you just come out here? You get what I'm saying? Come chill with me. And like I said, if that box is trash, hey, baby girl, I might, you know, you can go on go back. I'm saying I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? My job called me. You know what I'm saying? Got to go out of town. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry that this happened this way. You know, yada yada yada. But yeah, I'll be gone for the next 3 4 days. You know what I'm talking about? So sound like that's kind of what it sounded like to me. Cause yeah. So, but hey, who knows?
Yeah, he sounded like he wasn't willing to invest in, you know what I'm saying, in her.
Back,
So, that's really what it boils down to. So, I mean, hey,
back,
it is what it is, man. All right. So we're gonna transition just a little bit to something different, a little different area. We're gonna talk about sports for a minute. Y'all know we love sports here on the Fire Session.
back.
Generally, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna talk about something dealing with sports every episode during the hot topics. This week I wanted to cover a couple of things, but one thing in particular I wanted to cover first because with the football season just really getting to a fever pitch, a lot more people are watching the games and paying attention to the games. And I was at my parents house and my mom kept asking me about the bubble thing on the helmets that these guys got, and I've heard a lot of people questioning what is this bubble thing that these guys have on their helmet at all levels. So I just wanted to talk about it for a minute to explain to people what this
Already.
is. It's a guardian cap, right? So what the guardian cap does is actually under that little shell thing that he has,
Mm-hmm,
and it protects these. It's supposed to protect the player, provide an additional layer against concussions.
mm-hmm.
So when they have helmet to helmet action, you know what I'm saying, or when their head hits the ground,
That's
causing
impact.
that whiplash, it lessens the impact, and you know what I'm saying, it saves them from having a concussion for the most part. Now, is it 100%? Nothing's 100%, especially when you got guys running that fast, that big, that strong, making contact. Nothing's 100%. So when you see these guys running around with these big helmets on, people say they look like space balls with these giant helmets on.
Right. That is exactly what it looks like too, bro. It look like space ball out there.
Yeah, man. It's a precautionary measure, and I'm pretty sure with this being the first year that they've really been wearing them, I think
Mm-hmm.
as time goes on, you're gonna see more guys wear them. A lot of
Right.
guys don't wear them simply because it ain't cool.
It
It
don't
don't
look
look
good.
good.
It looks totally ugly. It,
It
it
don't look
looks
good.
crazy on top of the helmet. There's a dude, one of the 49er players, number 99. And I was like, what the heck? It just looks so weird on the right. And I couldn't pinpoint what it was until you just said Spaceballs. And that's exactly what it looks like. But I can imagine going forward, once they figure out how effective it is, or even if it is effective at all, I would think it is. They're probably going to start mandating it.
Well, it looked like Spaceballs to me, and my mom calls it a bobblehead.
But
So it looks like little bobblehead dolls. So I mean, whatever it is, that's whatever you want to call it. It's a guardian cap, and it's there for precautionary measures to protect these guys from getting concussions. So when you see it, now you can speak intelligently about it. You can tell your friends it's a guardian cap, and it's trying to keep these guys from getting so many concussions because CTE is real.
Tua Tagovailoa said, "I'm not wearing one." How do you
And
feel?
and he's a poster boy for need to wear one because
Right,
anytime you get
he
hit
got
multiple.
himself knocked out last night because he went low again and took a knee to the head again.
Yeah, no, anytime you've been hit at least one time and you was throwing up gang signs, it's time for some precautionary measures, and he's been in that position multiple times.
Facts.
So he is the poster boy for needing to. But hey, you know, people do what they do. Again, as I said all the time, we all got options in life. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to exercise that option to protect yourself, like a lot of y'all don't wear condoms, you're gonna end up with a sexual concussion.
Sexual concussion. We had to put that one on a T-shirt, fam. Facts. That is a fact. But hey, I mean, dudes take risk out here, man. You know,
Yeah.
life
Speaking
is like a game of dice. You roll them right the first time, but you seldom get to roll them twice.
facts. Speaking of taking risks, man, this is big, man. You know, this is the weekend the Tyson and Jake Paul fight, man.
Uh,
So I got mixed feelings about this, man. Of course, Tyson is our guy. If you grew up in the
right,
80s, 90s, you know what I'm saying, and before that, like you got a chance to watch Tyson, especially for our generation, because he was, widely considered the greatest boxer of our time during that
right.
time period. And he had video games and was all over the place. So Mike Tyson was our guy. So to see Tyson come back and box after he's been out of the ring since, I think they said his last sanctioned fight was 2005.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
talking about 20 years, and this man is 57 years old, and he's fighting a 20-something-year-old guy,
mm,
albeit a YouTuber with 10 fights under his belt.
right.
Um, I'm
Entertainment.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen because of the simple fact of I know they have rules in place and all this other stuff. It's not a traditional boxing match,
Right.
but Mike is still Mike. Mike is
Yeah,
still a killer.
still he can still land that hook. He
Yeah,
can
Mike is
and
still unbelievably quick for a 57-year-old, and I think he hits a whole lot harder, according to Roy Jones in their last fight that they had, the exhibition. Roy Jones said, and I quote, that Mike hit him in the chest and he felt like he had been kicked by a mule.
facts because that old man strength is something else. And now you dealing with a Mike Tyson that done lost a kid, done lost some stuff, done reinvented himself, yada yada yada. And that beast done kind of woke up a little bit, albeit it's a little bit slower. That old man's strength, that mule strength is a little bit different, fam.
Yeah,
So I
but
don't know.
when you say slower, I had to put that in context for people though. Slower means Mike Tyson was the best boxer in the world at one point. You
Right,
talking about elite speed,
right,
and this is something that Jake Paul will never be able to achieve. He will never be able to achieve that elite speed that Mike had. So
facts.
even Mike slowing down, I think is still going to be a better bet at 57 years old than Jake Paul.
Oh yeah,
Point blank.
definitely.
Period.
Definitely, no doubt. Jake Paul is not a he's an amateur. He hasn't even well. Let's be super 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 honest about this, technical about it. He isn't even an amateur yet because he hasn't had enough amateur fights. He hasn't even sparred enough to even be considered an amateur.
Well, here's the thing to me. He hasn't really fought no real boxers.
No, he
So
hasn't. He hasn't really
so
fought any He hasn't really fought any amateur fighters
yeah,
sparring wise. Now, what he's doing is he's capitalizing on his fame, whatever,
facts.
and he's sparring. He's getting his sparring before everyone, so to speak. Like he's making top fights with sparring partners, so to speak. Not dudes who are really, really, really 1-2, step to the side, throw the hook, timing, hand up, like step back, like feint, like do all of those things that you learn in the amateurs. He's really just learning on the fly. So to be in there with a technical boxer who footwork is still at 57 is so good he can sidestep, hit you with a hook. You ain't seen that type of stuff before. Like you ain't really prepared for it. So he's really in a different kind of space. I'm more interested. I'll look more into it. I want to know the rules of it because I don't know if Tyson's allowed to beat Tyson in this fight and just go at him, or does he have to play it safe a little bit for entertainment purposes?
But can Mike Tyson do that? Is the question because when they had an interview with Lennox Lewis and he said Tyson is Tyson.
Right.
So when you get in that fight, just like he was with Roy Jones, he's gonna be him. Like
Yeah.
the rules are the rules, but nature's gonna kick in and he's gonna be who he is. So Mike
Facts.
Tyson has arguably one of the greatest 1-2 combos I've ever seen is that body head shot that body head combo that he has, tap those ribs and then come up with the uppercut. If he gets off something like that and it lands on Jake Paul, I don't see him making it through the fight, bro.
That's facts. And this is what I mean by the amateur part of it. Tyson has practiced that hundreds of thousands of times. Like not even in the ring, like in sparring, in practice. So it's like second nature to him. So that's why I want to see what they're going to allow actually as far as in the protectives because they're saying no headgear. So old boy's head gonna be open, but is Tyson being kind of paid off to do this? Like because it's only what 2-minute rounds, I believe it is, and it's only like 8 rounds or something like that. So I think it's going to be entertaining because again, it's Tyson, it's Jake Paul. Jake Paul knows how to sell a fight. But as far as the fight inside the ring, I don't know because I don't know all the stipulations in it. But it would be hilarious if Tyson knocked his young kid out. It would be hilarious.
And like you just said, the 8 round, the 2 minute rounds, that's an advantage for Tyson because he doesn't have to box that long at a 57-year-old. As a 57-year-old, he doesn't have to stay in, the round that long. So with him and his endurance, he looks amazing though,
Right.
in his sparring and then the highlights that they've shown of him working out and stuff like that. And we know what we saw of him doing the Roy Jones, the little exhibition fight
Facts.
with Roy Jones. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in. It's on Netflix, so if you got Netflix and you pay for that subscription already, you'll be able to view the fight. So yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be checking that out for sure.
And if you ever wanted to get your butt kicked workout wise, I dare you to go do a 3-minute boxing round and just punching, hitting the bag. It's gangster. I love it as one of my workouts. That's usually how I test myself, how I know like I ain't did it in a while. I was looking at some old videos. I was like, dang, man, I ain't did no 3-minute rounds in a minute. Man, listen here, dog. I ain't never thought 3 minutes lasted that long.
That's
It's
what
got
she said.
That's definitely what she
All right, man. Well, at the end of the day, we know this fight is all about the money, right?
expects.
Which a lot of things in life are about the money. And this week has been no exception because after the whole election thing has passed and Trump got elected,
Right.
um, some of the stock market and the crypto market has been going crazy. The crypto
And
market, it,
keep going.
bruh, the cryptocurrency, in particular Bitcoin,
It's
has
at night.
gone crazy. Yeah, it's gone up since this graphic was created today,
Right.
earlier today. So it's past 90 or like you said 100 now. So um, here's the thing though: there's so many people that bought Bitcoin that sold it, that I've even heard stories of a guy who had a certain amount of Bitcoin and he sold it for three pizzas. He traded his Bitcoin for three pieces, like, and that Bitcoin would have been worth, somewhere upwards to 60 or 70 million bucks,
Right.
if he hadn't have traded it when he did. But luckily for me, I did buy some Bitcoin
I did too.
years ago.
Yes.
And shout out to Coinbase. I used the Coinbase app to buy my cryptocurrency.
Mm.
And as much as I wanted to take it out, especially when it started tanking, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it alone,
Right.
let it sit,
Right.
and at some point, it's got to recover. At some point, the crypto market, and by God,
Hallelujah.
the Bitcoin that I left in there is looking mighty healthy today.
You better.
So I'm
I,
thankful for that.
I bought some in 2021, and what I would do is I would take money every 2 weeks and just buy it.
Yup.
And I did that for 2 years. That and Dogecoin, and I just kept buying it. Just kept buying it. I left it alone. I didn't touch it. I just remember for 2 years, I just kept buying as much as I could. And I wasn't even tripping because that was what one of my mentors told me that I follow on the Bitcoin. It's like, buy it, buy it, buy it. And I'm mad that I didn't buy more.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
facts.
But still now, it is expected to go to about 250. So even buying now is still a good idea, still a good option. So if you could jump in, still jump in on that thing. But
Oh,
here's another funny part. There's a football player who
yeah,
bought
Russell Okung. Yeah.
yeah, 6.5 million of his contract or something like that went into Bitcoin. That joint is worth 20 million right now.
Yep. Yep. I bought
Woo.
some today. I bought some more today.
Right.
So yeah, man, and I plan on, what I'm saying, getting some more money together to dump in there again before the end of the week.
Facts.
So yeah, man, I'm like I said, we have to start looking at the avenues of, what I'm saying, being, gaining wealth through many different ways. We know that people have jobs and good jobs and stuff like that, and that's cool.
Right.
But that's gonna keep you fed, and that might put a little money, a little extra money in your pocket, do a few nice things for you, but it's not gonna make you wealthy.
I bought
So
my fam when it was at like 20,000.
yeah, I bought mine when it was less than that.
Woo! Hey,
Yeah,
Lord.
I bought mine when it was less than that. So, like I said, I'm definitely gonna buy more. And if you're skeptical about it, I understand. But if you have some extra funds and you want something to, you want to see it grow quickly, what I'm saying? Hey, holla at me, inbox. We can have a conversation because I want more people to understand that, I'm saying, like, it's okay. It's okay to take that risk. What I'm saying? You take a lot of other risk. So, like we said earlier, you have to have unprotected sex. So why not, what I'm saying, invest in the cryptocurrency?
I mean, I'm just saying.
It
Boom
might,
Quisha. Boom Quisha could give you something that'll mess up your entire life in 3 minutes.
yeah, and it won't be financial aids.
It'd be some. It'll be financial. It won't be cost effective. That is.
You get the AIDS, you get the AIDS Magic Johnson got.
They got these new stuff out here for you, fam. You better be careful.
Man,
So
hey,
stick your stuff into something else. Stick your head into this cryptocurrency stuff right here. Just say,
and staying in that money lane, man. Shout out to Quincy Jones' family, man, and
ooh,
praying for them. You know what I'm saying? As they,
eighty
lost their dad. But I mean, money isn't everything, but good googly muggly.
80 million.
Quincy Jones left $500 million in his fortune, and he has 7 children, and each child gets $71 million each.
Glory,
$71 million each, y'all. Some of
glory.
y'all gonna leave this earth and ain't gonna leave your kids $71. Matter of
So,
fact, they're gonna owe money when you leave here.
all
we
bad.
we have talked to y'all countless times and had people on the show that could teach you about life insurance and other things that so you can take advantage of. So if you need that info, again, reach out to us because we will hook you up with the right folks that could get you in line with that money. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? So we can take care of you when people can take care of your family can take care of you when you leave. Cause I tell people all the time, life costs everything, you know what I'm saying? And you paying all this money and life is I tell my kids, bills never stop. And when you
Fact.
leave this earth, they're gonna leave your family with one more bill when you leave.
Facts.
So make sure your family isn't left to pay that bill you know what I'm saying, with their own money. You should be leaving them something to take care of that, you know what I'm saying, when it's that time. So yeah, so shout out to them, man. Hopefully, his kids will leverage that money, you know what I'm saying, and
On the way.
continue to build that wealth.
If they lose, if they mess that up, I mean, hey, that it is stated that I'm forgetting the number, but a majority of like trust fund babies and kids who receive wealth, they're typically wasted away for the most part. But I hope they don't. I hope he they solid and can do something productive with it. So
Yeah, and Quincy Jones' catalog is crazy.
facts.
The music that he has amassed over his career, the people that he has worked with, the quality work that he's put out in the world. So his legacy speaks for itself, and hopefully they can maintain their end of the bargain and keep the legacy going. So
What's funny is that somebody asked Tevin Campbell, like, you haven't spoke up on Quincy Jones' death yet, and he's like, I grieve different. Leave me alone. How about you say happy birthday to me or something like that? But apparently he doesn't have anything to say right now. So we'll see how things roll out in the coming days.
yeah, I mean everybody ain't chatty patty. Everybody ain't talkative like that. So some people, just because they're a celebrity or were a celebrity at one point, they might not want to be bothered with the media. So, so let that man do what he do.
Facts. Leave
All
that man alone.
right. So we're gonna stay in this music lane because that's kind of what the topic is for tonight, and we're gonna talk about the topic briefly, because we've already had the whole show. So, but music has changed a lot since the '90s, man. And one thing I want to talk about real quickly before we get deep into what I'm saying, what I want to talk about today for this episode, never be the same again, is Young Thug got out of jail and they reported that he's in the studio with Future, Lil Baby, Travis Scott, already in the studio with Young Thug. So just those three gentlemen alone, I don't know if they're working on a total album together or they're just in there creating a track. Those gentlemen right there, that track gonna be fire.
Yeah, but Young Thug better not say nothing on that joint.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that what I'm saying. As long as he's been in the music, he's creative enough to come up with lyrics that what I'm saying, that don't put him back in jail. I'm
I,
pretty
I would
sure.
so. I would hope so, because his probation says he can only create a specific style of music. But I know he can still produce. So
Well, I mean, he can still rap and he can still do what he wants, but he just can't talk about gangs. He can talk
I
about
mean,
anything else.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And so I know the world is going to be interested in what he's got to say, considering they followed that trial. So it's going to be interesting, and I can't lie. I want to hear what he's got to say, but I also want to know what his mindset is. Like, is he like, I don't care. I spent 2 years in prison anyway, so I ain't scared to go back. Or is he like, I'm out here and I ain't trying to get into all of that? So it's gonna be interesting to see. I want to see it unfold.
I don't know too many people who've been in jail who get out that want to go back. So,
I mean,
um, now some of these guys they got girlfriends in there and they might want to go back, but
I'm
uh,
saying, you never know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Your boy
I
got
don't know.
swollen point.
That's a
So
lot. That's a lot to give up. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't just coming back to the average life. You know what I'm saying? So you getting a lot of money. You got a lot of notoriety. And also, I was just gonna make this small point too. Some of the stuff Young Thug says you can't even understand it anyway. So it comes up. It comes up if you put the captions on your TV, it'll say indistinct chatter. he,
Right.
he don't even know what it's saying. So, but shout out to them because I know it's gonna be some fire coming out of the studio. But as I was saying earlier, the music now is just totally different, right, than what it was when we were growing up.
Right.
You have some of the same elements, you know what I'm saying? You have crime in, the lyrics, you have drug use in the lyrics. It's often been said that the music now is the drug user, where when we were growing up, it was the drug dealers. You know what I'm
Dealers.
saying? Like they were telling you from a drug dealer standpoint, and now the rap is not drug dealing, is the user.
Drug. Right.
Yeah, so but it's changed tremendously. But one thing I just wanted to point out, and I wanted to have a quick discussion about is they're looking at lyrics now, doing a couple of things with them. One thing is to point back to the Young Thug's case, they're using lyrics in court now,
Right.
right? So they're taking the lyrics, and it can go back to C Murder trial,
Right.
where they use his lyrics, and as part of the trial, it was part of the fight against him,
Right.
because of the things that he was saying in his rhymes. And I think when we were growing up, we heard a lot of the stories, we heard a lot of the rap, we heard a lot of the drug use, the crime, and we never, thought that somebody would go to court because of something they rapped about. Because to me, and I always say this, rap is entertainment, just like the movies.
Right. It's an art form.
It's an art
Right.
form. A lot of these guys are just portraying a character. That's not who they really are.
And some
So
of them got homies in jail who are rappers who may have lived that life and can put it on paper, and it gets used as like, it's you, but it's your partner that's in jail. There's different nuances to it,
yeah.
but it's foul to, I think, to constitutional wise, to actually charge somebody on freedom of speech like that. That's kind of wild to me, but hey.
Well, I think it's wild that they can do that, but I will also say to counter that on the other side, that it's very dumb of these guys to talk about murders and things in their raps that they actually did, or
Well,
that actually that somebody actually committed.
I mean, but you know how dudes kind of flex sometimes,
Mm-mm.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's all, the culture is toxic. You get what I'm saying? So if I shot old boy, I shot your partner, I'm flexing on your block that I just don't called so and so Willie Earl Jones, who, what I'm saying, broke in and stole my DVD player, and like I shot him down, I killed him, I bust a hole in his head, and spilled his brains all over the ceiling. It's kind of like a souvenir type thing, or like a win for some people. So
Yeah, but now you know better because you have examples in front of you of people that they have, what I'm saying, utilized their lyrics against them in court, and it actually cost them. You know what I'm saying? So, with just like I said with C Murder, his name is C Murder, and we
right,
never thought about that because he was saying C Murder because he grew up in the projects. He saw people get killed,
right,
but they turned that around and said his name is C Murder and he murdered somebody.
right.
So, in that whole story, that whole trial. So,
Mac
but
got the same way.
yeah,
So,
but the music is just different now also because I've seen people posting analyzing 90s lyrics,
right,
right? Namely because Sean Combs, Diddy, a lot of the music that they used to make, and I had to explain to my kids that you have to understand that the wording and the vernacular was different back then than it is now,
right,
right? When you have somebody from New York say, "Okay, I clapped her," that means he shot her, right?
right.
Back in the day, when you say clap, that means shot. Now you say clap, that means
You
he
clap.
shot he shot in her.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
It's a difference. It's a difference. That means he had sex with her.
right,
So the words don't mean the same anymore. The different words that they used to use back then, you try to explain it to these kids now. So they're going through a lot of these raps. I've seen it on TikTok too, where they're going through taking these 90s songs and breaking down the lyrics and saying how suspect, You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys were, a lot of these guys had to be gay because they said this word or because
Yes,
they referred to some as this. Now, I'm not going to tell you that these guys weren't gay because we don't know. And especially with the stuff that we've been seeing, it's questionable. Some of them, right? But some of them is just, you know what I'm saying, a thing of, the wording is just different. Like the words don't mean the same now as they did back then.
I would agree. But I think a lot of the artists back in the 90s were treating it as a career. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be doing this for 10, 15, 20 years. Nowadays, I don't think these young kids think that they're going to be doing this for 20, 30 years. I think they run they get their hot album or two, and then they go on, they dip and they're doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So I think our artists back, I wouldn't say but our time back in the 90s, that was like really their career. Like, I think they thought they were going to, like, think of it. Method Man, he's been doing this since forever, bro. Like, and can still spit bars because he's versatile. Like, he's got a catalog of creating different types of songs. And whereas today, you're hearing really kind of one style of music.
Well, they pointed that out on a couple of memes that I've seen floating around where the 90s rappers can still rap
Right,
today, can
right,
still spit a freestyle
right,
today, right off the top of their head today, where a lot of the rappers that are in the industry today, if you ask them to rap, they're going to rap you something written.
right.
They can't come up with something off the top of their head because they haven't been trained the same way. They haven't been through the same things, and they haven't, because when we were coming up in the 90s, everybody had a 16. I don't care
Fact,
who you are. Like you
facts.
just a regular person, you had at least a 16, or you had at least the ability to rhyme words. Cause my kids are always thrown off, especially my daughter, when she says something and I start rhyming words and I start making up songs
But
on the spot. And she's like, Daddy, I didn't know you could rap like that. I didn't know. I'm like, but this is the way we came up. So this is just part of what we did.
our vocabulary was a little bit more extensive too. You get what I'm saying? But we just came up in a space where our parents drilled into us a little bit more of, education, school, read, and if we loved rap, we listened to the rap for the lyrics.
Lyrics.
Nowadays, like, we in this club, and like, I think we talked about this before, where people aren't really in the club listening for lyrics. They just listen for the beat, the cadence, all of these different types of little things, the little nuances. So it ain't really much being put into it.
Well,
But also, this too, think about this: a lot of the 90s artists, the older artists, remember, they could play instruments and play, and nowadays everything is kind of mechanical. You ain't got to put much effort into it.
well, that's what I was gonna point out too. You have to understand too, at a certain point, the emphasis was put on the rapper or the singer, not the producer.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, you know what I'm saying, especially when it comes to hip hop, every producer at the beginning of the song is so and so and so and so on the track. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Or there's certain sound that they make that makes you know that okay, that's so and so that produced that. When
right,
we were coming up, we knew it was Timberland because of the sound.
right,
Whatever sounds that he used, we knew it was Timberland. We knew it was the RZA. We knew it was, all these different, even in the R&B world, if somebody like Brian Michael Cox produced
right.
something, we knew it was him, or Jermaine Dupri. We knew it was him because of the certain style of beat that he did.
Right.
So now, like you said, it's so flooded that they have to say their name at the beginning
Because it
because
all sounds the same.
you don't know who it is. It could be
Right.
anybody.
I was listening to a song coming in today, and I think it's Wale. It's called No Hands or something like that.
Hmm.
And I'm listening to the song, and I'm sitting there. It sounds just like "Got a condo on my wrist, girl. I'm cat." It's the same cadence, it's the same kind of flow, it's the same type. And I was listening to Dre and Snoop talk about musicianship and how a lot of the artists back then were actual musicians, so they spent a lot of time creating, like, and figuring things out. and adding new tunes, and because it wasn't so easily accessible. You get what I'm saying? So they create the creativity was a little bit more there. Nowadays, man, you just go in, it's a beat machine. Like they can make it instantly. And who cares if it sounds the same? If I rap it the same, all I gotta do is put a little different, style to it, or put a
You
little
you
bounce
ain't
in
gotta
it.
do that. You could just
Yeah,
do it the same because it's a cookie cutter template, and it's like it's okay to sound like somebody else now because people will vibe to it, and as long as it rings off in the club, or as long as it
good.
makes the girls shake their butts in the strip club,
We
it's gonna work.
right, it's up. So I think that kind of creates that space, and that's why it's so flooded. But so when you hear artists like Anderson Paak, who has his own style, like different type of style, you can appreciate it a little bit more because you're so used to hearing the same vibe that you get a Pack album and the NX Worries and No Worries, and you like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a little bit different.
But to be honest with you, you got to look at those guys' age. They're more in our in our age range,
Right.
closer to our age range than they are, saying
And
20s.
I, I,
So
I would agree.
yeah,
And sometimes it's just who you're influenced by too.
yeah,
Can you
because
imagine being influenced? Quincy Jones just passed. Can you imagine, man, being in a studio session with Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, some of the people, the symphonies, the guitar people that they brought around, and the time it took to put a song like Michael Jackson put uh, 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 what's
well,
one?
you could
Hey,
just
what's
you could
one? Is
just look at the Thriller album when they were showing
right,
how they made it and
right,
what it took to put that together. Like it took a lot of people to make that album over
right,
an extended amount of time, right?
right.
So, but now you can make that same album in a week's time,
Fact.
probably. And if you just get the artist to come in the studio and bang out the tracks, and you already got the music there, they could just come in and because now it's a factory kind of
Yes,
because you have writers, you have producers, you have artists, and they come in and they already have the stuff there, and you have the electronics, so you ain't got to write your lyrics no more. You got it on your phone or you got it on your tablet, and it's in front of your face, and you can stand there in the booth and have the tablet in front of your face and read off the lyrics that somebody else wrote or you wrote or anything,
right.
right?
And that's how it is nowadays. I can. It's funny. Of course, I ain't never been in a studio session with any of the newer artists, but I can imagine that it's 10 times simpler.
It
10.
is. But you know what? And that's part of what I'm saying by the title of today's episode 178. Never be the same again because music will never be like it was because it's the electronics and the effort that a lot of people are willing to put in isn't the same. Like
Facts.
people don't want to work that hard anymore because they don't have to. They feel like if they can cut corners here and there, save money and do it more efficiently, then that's the biggest thing that they're worried about. They're not really worried about quality per se.
Right.
Now,
Because
that's not all the artists,
I can get the
just
same
some.
amount of pay, if I can get the same amount of pay for spending less time in it, why wouldn't I?
Because some people gonna buy the album regardless. Let's just say, that's no knock. I love Beyonce, but if Beyonce put out something Friday,
Everybody gonna
just
buy it.
everybody gonna buy it. Like they're not gonna worry about. They're not gonna be nitpicky about it. They're gonna find a way to vibe to whatever she puts out, and it's just gonna be that because everybody has a built-in audience. And I mean, we were victim of that at some aspects because I can't lie to you. There was some stuff that I'm a big Wu Tang fan. Everybody knows that.
Right.
Now there was some stuff that some of the artists from Wu Tang put out that wasn't so stellar.
Right. That, about that, you had to buy the whole album anyway to get the track you like.
But I still bought it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the Wu Tang and I like the members. So I wanted to be supportive of my guys. So I did that. So I mean, it's no different now, but I think like we pointed out earlier, the artistry of actually being an artist, actually being able to have multiple, angles to see things other than just me spitting some lyrics and me writing this song. Can I hear the instruments? Can I hear the composition? You know what I'm saying? Like there's still artists out there that do that, but it's a handful.
Facts. I would agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
So shout out to Mike Lampkin in the comments. He said he can still spit right now. So Mike was rapper, and he's also still a poet. So, and that's another thing. We were growing up, we grasped poetry a lot. A lot of people, were poets in their spare time. So, again, writing. I often point out to my kids, we had encyclopedias, we had
Right.
dictionaries. You know what I'm saying? So whatever we needed to get, we
We had
didn't
to.
get. Yeah, we had to physically grab a book and open it and read
Yes.
to
So
attain knowledge.
our vocabulary, so our wordplay, our wordsmith was a little bit stronger than it is now. Shoot, you the average song, you getting the same lyrics for the most part.
Yeah, because if you heard any rap that was made in the past couple of months, somebody said demure on their rap. I'm pretty sure.
They were shocked by that word. Like it
Sh-
was
shout out to Moneybag Yo. He got a song. He says demure. I was
right.
like, really, really. All right. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this episode up, y'all. We appreciate y'all hanging in there with us, y'all. We went through these hot topics and talked about music a little bit. We enjoy, we have fun, and we love to bring topics that you all want to talk about as well. Just continue to support us and continue to show us love. Send us the ideas that you want to see. If you want to talk about certain topics, if you want us to interview certain people, if you just want to know something and you don't have the ability to get a conversation with certain people who have that information, maybe we do. Maybe we
Yes.
know these people, so we can get them on and we can talk about things. And we're still gonna continue to parade guests in front of you that have this knowledge of all these different things in life because we want to help you, and that's our main objective, right? Is to make sure that we entertain you, but we want to educate you as well with
Fact.
everything that we do. So before we get up out of here, Benji Banks, the man brand, talk to the people, let them know something.
Hey man, listen, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Man, listen, y'all know where to find me. IG BRB4701. Funny content or whatever. We're just posting it over there. Facebook page, Benji Banks. You can't miss me. Half the time I'm in my shop. 951-208-0306. Got the beauty supply spot popping. So we appreciate y'all for pulling up on us for that, sharing, liking, doing all that type of stuff. Most of all, coming by and showing your love to us with your finances. So we appreciate that. And you can find your boy at church on Sunday because you know what I'm saying, we over the music department. And yeah, man, we want to keep that rocking. So you might pull up on us and you might get a little, you know what I'm saying? You might rock with us. You get what I'm saying? You be like, what? I didn't know he could do that. I'm just saying, you just never know. We're gonna always pop up with something, you know what I'm saying, new, because we're evolving and we're growing. But like I said, keep checking us out on the Fiyah Session podcast. Yeah, Fiyah Session.
Facts, facts, facts. And y'all already know y'all can find me, Big Ken on Fire, all social media platforms. If you're on Facebook, type in Big Ken and I'll pop right up. Y'all can follow the Fire Session on all social media platforms. Just type in FIYAH as you see on the screen, and we will pop right up. Make sure y'all go to YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification so you can be notified every time new content, live episodes are being posted. We love y'all. We appreciate the support. Keep rocking with us. We'll be back next week with another live episode. Join us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Holla.
Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you follow us on all social media platforms